Hey guys, and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas wreath like the pros do it. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do, you want to fluff a wreath. That's the biggest mistake people make. They don't get all the branches out. They leave them together. So you're going to go through, separate them, pull them forward, backwards, and it creates, you can already see how much fuller the wreath is than this part. Okay, so now we've got the wreath fluff. The next thing to do is decide what you're going to put on it.
To ribbons like this, if that's what you choose, I like to leave a long tail, you know, about that long, maybe 14, 16 inches. And then you're just going to loop it like this, maybe one small loop, and then you twist. And the key is twisting on this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring up another loop like this. It's hard to do it and film it. And you're going to squish that one together. And then we're going to make one final smaller loop like this. Crunch it together. Make sure that you bring out, take it back here. Make sure that you bring out your ribbon, keeping the same ones on top. So you twist it like this. Then I am going to use a pipe cleaner. I normally cut one in half. And you're going to just cinch that really tight like this. And then I like to start up in here. I go clear back, if you can see, to the wire base. That way you can get it in there snug. It holds your ribbon really tight against side. There we go. Okay, now we got it. And then it's fun, like if you want to attach that, you could pick a place like maybe somewhere in here. A lot of times I'll just use the actual greenery of the wreath to attach it. You'll never know, you'll never see it attached. So that way I can decide just how much I want. And I think something like this, perhaps, the small pipe cleaner, so I can take it back to the base of the wreath so that it's extra secure. Cut off some tails like this. We'll decide what we want to do with that when we're done. So that's kind of how I start. We'll work out the bow and decide what direction we want it to go. Then I've been thinking about adding these really fun, kind of look like peppermint patty. They were just so whimsical. And just know when something's in a pick like this, you can pull it apart. You can take one out so they don't all have to be together. And that really helps make a wreath look professional. I'm going to wire a couple of these together since I cut them apart like this. And then I'm just going to take those into the wreath, probably back down in here. And then I will just wire those to one of the branches just to get them in there where I want them. And then you can just bend them as you'd like them to be. We'll take a whole one of these when you're wanting kind of more of a, these little stays are what keep them where they need to go. Didn't realize that. So then we could add a whole one down here. You just work this piece around through the wreath until you get it about where you want it. We're gonna have to go up a little higher, like this. And then we'll just work that in. So you just, it's about dimension. There you go. And then on the back side, I'm gonna wire this piece. I'm gonna bend it and I'm gonna wire that to the wreath. I should be using green pipe cleaners, but I only had white today. So you can see where I've just wired that in along the back. And then you can take some of these and you can work them in with the greenery so they're not all at one position. You could have one coming this way, bring some greenery in with it, like this. It'll look right when we're done. You just got to start. Then we can grab things like this type of large snowball. I might add the pink in there. I simply take my glue gun and I just go around with some glue like that, being very careful not to get that on your hand. And then I just come back and I nestle that in where I want it. Do the larger things first. Let's see, if we have one there, I probably am gonna want one about right here. So let's go ahead and get that one in. I do try to keep the seam sideways so it can go in like that. And then I just open that up. I tend to do things in odd numbers. We could add a red bell. I tend to hold things and see what I think about them. This is what it looks like with the red bell. I think that's really actually pretty cute. I'd probably put some greenery behind it to bring it forward, but I think that's really fun as well. So I'm gonna take it up here and I'm gonna wire it clear back here. Now what I'll do is I'll probably add a couple more of these little ones. Sometimes we'll go back in with a second piece of ribbon. So you're just gonna take this like this, make a small loop, give yourself another tail. You don't have to worry about how you cut it because you'll go through and you'll finish all your cuts with pretty tails when you're done. And I think this could really use something like right in here. So I'm gonna try to get back as far as I can again. Glue in these. Another trick for dimension is the different colors of green. Green, it's brighter, it's just got really good color. My last little trick, I love spray snow. Get it at Hobby Lobby, and I like to dribble it. Instead of just spraying it hard, I like it kind of dribbled. It makes it look like it really snowed. That is my trick and my tips for making a wreath. All right, and there you go. She's done. It's got the fun bell, the little peppermint patties, little snowballs, some fun extra greenery.